So, JT, thanks for coming back. You brought your friend Chris with you today, right? I think we talked about Chris a little bit last time. I know during the week you called me and said, look, man, I need you Friday. We normally don't record on Fridays. Normally do like Monday night, have a few drinks in front of us, right? But what's up, dude? It's Friday morning. We got coffee going. What you got going on?
Right. So before kind of alluded to the Star Wars event that's coming up next year, mid to early April.
Yeah.
What that is so we can actually talk about it now. That is actually with Chris Bradley, who's the owner of Knuckle Up Appearances, and he's the actual owner of the company that runs these Comic-Con type events, these fan cons.
Okay.
He's the one that I'm invested with, so he actually turn it over to him, and he can talk to you more about it and kind of tell you everything that's going on.
Well, dude, thanks for coming down the show. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
What's going on, bro?
I'm held here against my will.
Yeah.
Knuckle Up Appearances, it started back in 2014. Mm-hmm. We've done everything from book celebrity actors for guest appearances in different areas, from Mortal Kombat to Power Rangers to wrestlers. And then it just kind of transitioned into holding events ourselves. Okay. We've done a couple events now. We've helped out Kamea-Con and worked with the showrunner of Kamea-Con in Dallas, Texas, and that event is franchise focused. So that Kamea-Con's specifically for the Dragon Ball fan community and anime community. We've helped with Power Ranger events that were specific just to Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And thanks to my 4-year-old, the idea popped up, since there's no Star Wars celebration next year, let's do something Star Wars. And specific to the biggest thing in Star Wars right now, The Mandalorian.
Yes, love The Mandalorian. Great show.
So we're going to have Living Waters Expo in Wilmington, North Carolina at the Wilmington Convention Center.
Nice.
Right there on the riverfront, attached with the hotel to it. Everything's in walking distance, and host the first ever Mandalorian event.
Oh, man, this is going to be so cool, dude.
And it's going to be Mandalorian specific. Our website is going to be between the 15th of this month in September and October 1st. And website, social medias, everything's going to launch at the same time. I won't give the guests out yet. But,
oh, come on, dude. You gotta give me a little taste of something here. You got to help me out a little bit here.
Well, one of our guests, they're going to be able to facilitate a wedding.
What?
So 2 couples will be able to get married right there on the riverfront.
Wow.
By one of our celebrity guests.
Are they actually, whoever, is it ordained? Are they legally ready? They can do this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, this is awesome.
And 2 other celebrity guests will be a witness.
Wow.
So I won't say who, but everything is centered around The Mandalorian. We're also working with...
That's going to be the only marriage certificate that'll be framed on the wall. Like, hey, check us out, whoever it is, sign this thing, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
It's so cool.
It also gives fans of Star Wars or The Mandalorian something that they could call their own. Because something that separates our events from like your typical Comic-Con model, where people go up, they get an autograph, and then they walk away. Granted, it's a great moment, but we wanted our events to where fans will be able to actually interact and do stuff with the celebrities. So we got the battleship there in Wilmington. You know, one of our celebrity guests, they're going to be able to take the tour of the battleship with one of our celebrity guests.
Yeah.
Dinners.
We're talking like Ruth Chris dinner, or we're talking like a cool dinner? Like is this going to be a themed dinner?
Ruth Chris.
I'm just saying, it's right there. You know?
Yeah, really nice dinners.
Yeah.
Cocktails. You know, they have a rooftop bar on the hotel, so you know, fans will be able to go on top of the rooftop of the convention center.
Man.
So different things, and we wanted to also work with charities and nonprofits that focus towards some of the morals and background of the Mandalorian. So we're working with the YMCA for the foundlings and for the kids. We're looking at a couple nonprofits for veterans and military service. So that kind of fits the Mandalorian model. and what the Mandalorian stands for, and we're able to give back to these kids and allow them to come in and let them enjoy their time, the vets and the military to come
Yeah.
in and just
Wow.
enjoy their time and have something they could call their own,
Yeah.
while still celebrating this franchise as has been around for years, but mainly specific to the Mandalorian that everybody seems to gravitate to recently.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, dude, that's awesome,
And
man.
each of the actors are going to have a charity they're involved with too, of their choosing, correct?
yes. So our VIP packages, each celebrity will have a charity that they're passionate about. So one celebrity is passionate about animals. There's going to be an animal charity. Another celebrity is passionate about cancer. So there'll be a cancer charity that will be in the mix of their VIP package. So
Wow,
they'll be
yeah.
able to get an autograph, a selfie, and a portion of the ticket price will go to the charity
Oh,
that
wow.
they're passionate
Very
about.
cool, man. That's awesome. Giving back's always a great thing.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
and we're big about that. You know, I want to make sure that everybody involved, that it's a win-win across the board for everybody, and you know, we're in support of everybody that's bringing this together.
Yeah.
Even our vendors, like typically when you go to a Comic-Con, vendors are like drooling at the mouth for the hot dog walking by,
Yes,
because they
yes.
don't get that moment to get up. They're trying to make sales. So I'm going to make sure that, you know, there's a buddy of mine, he does pig pickings. I'm going to make sure the vendors are able to have a meal
dude.
each day.
I gotta tell you, man. You know, in my DJ company, we do wedding expos all the time, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we were there 6, 7, 8 hours, and you're right, we're hungry, but we can't really leave our booth because that client might walk by. You know what I
Right.
mean? And just to see that you're taking care of not only the crowd but the vendors,
Yeah.
that's cool, man. I mean, that kind of stuff you don't see very often.
Well, yeah, typically vendors pay the bills, so why wouldn't
Yeah.
you want them
Right,
to
right, yeah.
be happy and feel at home?
And you imagine that poor DoorDasher going in there trying to find a certain booth. You know what I mean? It's just-
Well, and so I know I hit on this a little bit last time. We joked about him being angry like Mike Sinclair, or Doug Sinclair, rather.
I have my moments.
But the
that we all do, right?
yeah, what do you want? But one of the reasons that I chose to do business with Chris and continue to do business with him is because when he does something, he has everybody in mind, and it starts right out the door, even with the ticket sales. So the ticket sales themselves are insured.
Okay.
It's automatic. It doesn't cost anything extra. Just unfortunately in North Carolina, you got to go down and click the box. You can't give it away automatically.
God, okay.
So you got to go in and check the box, but everybody gets that free of charge. You just got to click that box when we release that. So the idea is that, you know, we all know that life happens and things come up. So the ability to get your money back and protect that initial investment into going is a big deal. And then it spreads from there. You know, he's taking care of the vendors. He's taking care of the staff and the participants. You know, we've got the YMCA bringing those kids in that would, even if they got to go, they would not get an experience like this. Then there's the veteran aspect, which, you know, bringing in the previous warriors of yesterday and making them a part of the event as well. You know, 10% discount.
You
to
doing
military
military?
veterans.
Oh,
yeah.
very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
On
Yeah.
top of that, and it's something we've discussed and we're going to do. We're going to have a kind of a traditional hog board,
Okay,
where
yeah.
everybody gets to bring in a patch or a coin, and they slap it up on the wall. And at the end of the day, everybody that brought a patch in and a coin, and gave it to the to the hog board gets a big group picture with all the actors.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
cool, man.
So
That'd be really cool.
And that's the thing. That's why I got into this with him, is because he's very oriented around taking care of everybody involved, and not just the actors or not just the.
Well, it sounds like you got a lot of experience in that kind of stuff too.
Well, I was a fan. Like
Yeah.
how I got started in it. Like Kerrigan, if you ever hear this is for you. So Kerrigan Mahan is the voice of Goldar on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay. Gosh, I haven't
So-
watched that show forever.
So I remember being in my buddy's house, and I was trained in martial arts by Jason David Frank. Like, he was my first martial arts instructor. And then it just kind of branched off from there. So years later, you know, the tattoos, the rebellious stage, I'm going to be the next Gene Simmons, all that stuff passes. Then next thing you know, I'm sitting in my buddy Rue's living room, and we just got on the topic. Like, you know, I was just an angry guy that went out and, you know, went to the bar. But my buddy we got on the topic of Power Rangers, and he goes, you know, you could meet all them, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, yeah, there's Comic-Con. So I was like, come on, man, whatever. And then he pulls it up, and then immediately he tells the story better than I do. Immediately he looks at me, he goes, I've never seen you geek out like that before in my life. I was like, shut up, don't tell nobody.
Right.
So I go to Pennsylvania, and I'm there, and the con was dead, like completely dead. But already I'm starting to get, you know, being a martial artist and everything like that, I'm looking at my surrounding areas.
Yep,
These
right,
are all
yep.
people that I don't know. So, okay, what's the exit plan here?
Oh man, that sounds
When
familiar, don't it?
when stuff goes bad. So I'm sitting there, and I go up to Kerrigan, Goldar, and he didn't have anybody in his line at the time, and we just immediately, it was a natural click. So he's there, and we're talking and everything. All the other Rangers that were there, they're getting people periodically coming up. And then I stand over, and I'm looking at this cosplay girl, and nothing against cosplay girls, you know, or people in the cosplay industry. I'm a strong supporter of the craft that they do.
Yeah.
But I'm standing there, I'm like, why does she have a long line? And the Rangers are right there, and they don't. And then it clicked in my head. I'm like, okay, fanboys, you know,
Yeah.
I'm thinking. But then Kerrigan comes out of his table, stands by me, he crosses his arms, he goes, so what the hell is this? And I was like, well, she dresses up, and, well, who is she? What show is she on? She's not on a show.
She's got a cool
So
costume.
you mean to tell me that I could put on a brassiere
Might not be the same result, but yeah.
and then I'm going to get, I'm like, yeah, this is ridiculous. And he sits back down, and then he needed help with his social media. I was honored to do it. And then he told me kind of how the industry worked.
Yeah.
And I took that knowledge, and I said, he was like, well, I'm not getting any gigs. Nobody wants to see Goldar. And I'm like, I find that hard to believe. I said, I'm a fan too. It's like Christmas. You know, if you got the good guys autograph, you're going to want the bad guys autograph.
Yep.
He goes, well, if you think you could do it, then here's how you do it. And in 24 hours, I booked him a gig.
Really?
Yeah. And then,
Wow.
I didn't want it to, but just organically, I would go to these events. You'd see like agents in like these nice suits and everything like that. And then there's Chris Bradley with a t-shirt and some cargo shorts.
Right.
And they're all looking at this Italian kid from Jersey. Who's
And a
that
vape.
guy?
Right.
And a vape.
Yeah. Who's that guy? And then Kerrigan pointed out, he goes, hey, they're all looking at you. I was like, good, let them look.
Right.
And then their clients are like trying to do it behind their back and say, hey, here's my info. Give me a call if you could book me
No
a
kidding.
gig. And then it just spread off from there.
Wow, that's
And,
crazy. I always wonder how people got in that kind of industry. You know, some by accident like
was-
you. You know what I mean?
it's
But
crazy.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I thank my mom, street hustle. Like
Yeah.
it always comes into play, and just thinking of the market and what people want.
Yeah.
So when it comes to this event, you know, all these years later, I was a fan. I know what I want to see. I know
Yeah.
how I want to be treated when I go to an event, and they're no different. My son is 4, so I want something that's going to accommodate him too.
Yeah.
Going to these events, and that's why I look at all those things, and I want to incorporate it to where people feel like they're really taken care of.
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
And so
Well, he was kind of hinting at something about an app last time you were on here. How does that work?
So that's definitely something you should talk about. So the thing that I like to point out about the app is that it definitely takes the customer, the fan in mind, and puts him in a situation. And I'll let him key more on it, but you can do everything from the app, from buying your tickets, getting your number to stand in line. So instead of standing in a line like you traditionally see at a lot of these Comic-Cons, fan cons, those type of things, when you go into the app, you can, I want to get a picture with this person,
Yeah.
right? And I want to get a signature from this person. So you can pay for those right in the app.
Oh, wow.
That's number one. And then it immediately gives you a ticket number. And then when your ticket number is up, you go get in a short line instead of standing there for
Oh,
6
dude.
hours like we were seeing with some of these other actors. And the one that I had the experience with is Walter Emmanuel Jones, the Black Power Ranger.
Okay.
He had lines that people were standing in it for 4 or 6 hours. They were
Wasting the
spending
whole
entire
day there, yeah.
And that was my first thing. Why not give them an electronic ticket number that tells them when they're within 20 to go get in line?
Yeah.
If they miss that because they're at another event, then their ticket number's up. They can just go stand in line. And then there's a VIP aspect. There's a fast pass for the VIPs, and I'll let him get into the VIP tickets.
Okay.
But there's a lot more to the app than that, and I'll let him kind of cover that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So is it like the Disney app kind of thing where you can kind of see your ride coming up kind of deal?
That's the gist that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
We wanted to where people could also schedule their whole itinerary for the weekend. So you specifically, you wanted to see a celebrity at noon, you're able to put that in your own itinerary and then get the notifications throughout the day.
That's so nice.
So this way everybody could experience everything. And through the app, also through vendors and attendees, you'll be able to donate to any of the charities that we're working with and participating with. So whether it's the celebrities charities that they're passionate about that may hit home for somebody, or it's the organizations that we're working with, the YMCA or one of the veterans nonprofits that we go with. So everybody will be able to donate, and when you purchase your ticket price, attendees will have the option to round up to go to one of those charities as well.
Oh, cool.
So that'll all be included in the app, and then you'll be able to keep up to date and get email alerts on when tickets and vendor booths go on sale, and everything will go through the app. Our website will be livingwatersexpo.com, and that will go live between the 15th and October 1st.
Wow.
So
on the app, is this just like something you read, like, okay, your time's coming up, or is there a map on there? You can actually see everything.
there's a whole map. So even our vendors, like when they pick their booth, when you go to the map, you'll be able to find the vendor. You'll find the information and the merchandise that they sell.
So you don't have to sit there and just walk it all. You can find the people you want to find right there.
And imagine that too, because we're looking at about 250 vendors, both outside and inside, from food trucks to toys and props for cosplay and those type of things. So having that app and knowing where you got to go helps save a lot of time too.
Yeah.
And we know as guys, like when we want to go shopping, we go straight to where we want to go.
Yeah. Give me a list. I got 5 things. I'm out of here.
You ever seen that meme where it's like when a girl shops, it's like this. When a guy shops,
it's 2 lines and right to check out. That's it, buddy.
And everything's going to be in walking distance too. So like everything in that area, like with the battleship, we're going to have a shuttle to where it'll be able to take people.
Oh, so they don't even got to go park. Dude.
They don't have to lose their parking spot. Once they're there, they're there. We'll have a shuttle bring everybody over for the different VIP events we're doing. Like, I'm not going to go into all of them, but we have a dinner for one, the cocktails that I mentioned, the battleship for one, and then the wedding. That's going to be like an extra incentive for 2 couples out there to take advantage of it.
Oh man,
so
really cool.
Well, and to hit on that too, the couples, it's an entire package. So it's like like going to a travel agency. We're gonna, as long as you're within the continental United States, we'll pay for your ticket.
Wow.
From even if you come from out of, I don't know, if somebody from Thailand wants to get married, then they fly into New York, and then we pay for New York down to here, or from California to here. Yeah. It includes their hotel, which he's got a whole slew of information on the hotels, because there's ticket
that's the next thing I was going to ask.
Hotel prices. But it gives them, it's kind of an ultimate package, so they kind of get a little everything from all of the different actors and stuff that's involved.
And wonderful hotels in the area. The hotels that we are working with on our website, when you type in your email and you get the email notifications, you'll know the hotels that we're working with and the hotels in the area. The hotels that we're working with will be provided discounted rates.
Oh, so you're doing hotel packages?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
8 of them?
Perfect.
8 hotels, right?
Yeah, around 8 hotels.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll all be discounted rates for the individuals that take advantage of that.
I'm telling you, those hotel bars are going to be wild those nights. They're going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be like being at the Cabana again.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to set something up to where like every night something's happening. So like Friday night on April 12th, we'll have something specific to the VIPs. Saturday night, I'm going to do something musically. So
Oh,
there'll
cool.
there'll
Yeah.
be a musical act.
So you know I'm well
Saturday
connected
night.
there, man. I can hook something up. Just
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
know, buddy.
And then Sunday is kind of like a send off,
Yeah.
for the great weekend that everybody will have. So
Are you gonna have any kind of like a discussion board? I've seen those
Panels.
before. Panels. There you go. A panel.
yeah, we're looking at a couple options. We want to adhere to the SAG-AFTRA rules and
Sure. Yeah,
regulations.
sure, yeah.
So if the strike ends, then that opens us up completely for panels. If the strike's still going on, then we're going to respect their wishes and have more the intimate settings.
Very
So
cool.
if you want to
Yeah.
actually know the actor behind the character, then the VIP packages are the way to go to have that 30 to 45 minute experience with them.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, very cool.
And there's a limited number of VIP.
Correct.
Do we have the 2-level VIPs outside of the marriage package?
I'm not going to disclose the 2 levels, but I will say that one actor, the lowest number of tickets for one of the actors' VIP packages is 200, and then the highest number is 500 for one
Okay.
of the actors.
Okay.
Our capacity for the weekend is around 6,000, and I expect that to go
Oh yeah.
pretty quickly. So we're
Yeah.
looking at overall probably a 12,000 attendance weekend.
So this is something you probably want to buy tickets early for this. At the door, it might be sold out. You actually do have a cap, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, this is awesome, man. I'm looking really looking forward to this. This is gonna be cool.
Cool.
When you guys are out there, so you said you're still looking for vendors, right?
Yes.
What kind of vendors are we looking for here? Because I know a lot of people.
Sure.
What kind of vendors are you looking for specifically?
Well, with Comic Cons, you always want to hit the pop culture. So pop culture vendors, action figures, and stuff of that nature. But I'm not opposed to anybody.
Okay.
So I don't care if you're an artist. I'm a big art fanatic. Or if you just make bracelets or little keychains for a living, make something Mandalorian. Come out and I'm all in support of everybody in the craft that they do.
Yeah.
So I'm not turning anybody away, but you want to be smart about it on your end. So if it's a Mandalorian event, you're going to want to make something or tie something in that's Mandalorian.
Right. Bringing Ninja Turtle stuff is not going to work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Exactly. Is the vendor info going to be on your website?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Now, sponsorships. You kind of told me a little bit about sponsorships. Dive into what kind of sponsors you're looking for here.
So we're looking for one main corporate sponsor, and that corporate sponsor will have blank presents Living Waters Expo.
So they're like the main sponsor of the event.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then as far as like the corporate sponsor, I would like them to be more of a national level.
Right.
Everybody knows who they are. But for just small sponsors, no more than 3.
Sure.
Local businesses or anyone within the community and stuff. I deck out my sponsorship packages like you're bringing grandma.
All right.
So,
So it's worth it. Totally worth it.
Everybody's going to be taken care of, and I'm a huge nut job to make sure that everybody's fed.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's so cool. I can't tell you, man, how many shows and things I've gone to where it's just a money grab. You know what I mean? And yeah, they're gonna make money doing it, but they're not really taking care of their guests, so they're not taking care of the vendors or the sponsors, really.
well, you know, we're the problem
Yeah.
when it comes to those things because we'll go to an event to where it's a huge money grab, and then we'll sit there, man, I'm never going back, I swear.
Yeah.
And then next year they bring somebody, and you're like, just this one more time.
Yeah, I guess I'm going back. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
But that's where the problem starts. You gotta. That's why I created these interactive events, because you gotta fit the mold somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta say, wait, no, I'm not doing that.
Well,
We're
I'm
gonna do
stoked
something
about this
different.
app, man. I mean, because like you said, you could be standing in line 4 or 5 hours waiting to get your picture or autograph, and you're missing the entire daggone day.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. I remember when I was in Disney World, for example, right? I went to the Star Wars thing down there in Disney World, and I waited my entire life to drive the Millennium Falcon. I'm flying this daggone thing, right? 7 hours in line with my wife and 3 kids. That's $1,500 a day in Disney,
Yeah,
right?
you could have done
I
so
could've done
much.
so much more. But if I had something like that app where I can get me, hey, I can save my spot digitally. That's
Right.
awesome, man.
Didn't you didn't you push one of your kids into the,
Well, we
the
can get into
hiding
that.
cargo spot
So
somewhere
she-
so that you could fly?
She jumped in the main captain seat, and I was like, "No, dude, facepalm, get out of here! I waited 30 years to sit in this spot. You can go man a gun. Just like, get away from me." But guys, this is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, so where you said your website's coming out mid-month or beginning of October? You said.
We have a soft launch goal of September 15th, but no later than October 1st. So all social medias and website will launch, and I'm expecting, not going to mention who, but we'll have a couple YouTubers that's going to be putting it out there as well.
Cool.
So,
Names we'll know.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's gonna go
He's like,
pretty
"Oh, yeah."
pretty viral very quickly.
Very cool, man.
And I'm excited about it.
I gotta ask, are you gonna have any places for podcasts to be out there?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
For $14.50.
the
1450.
the great thing about Wilmington's convention center is that they have these TVs in the hallways that will be able to set up tables of podcasters or YouTubers. We'll be able to sit there, plug up, and they'll be able to go live right at the convention.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh
for
yeah, you can
$14.50.
count me down for that now.
And those TVs are also an opportunity for businesses that aren't necessarily there, as well as the vendors that are there, to advertise their business, kind of on a mass scale of people.
No,
passing
it's a small
by.
level sponsorship essentially.
Sort of,
Sure,
but they,
yeah.
what they're getting out of it is specifically advertisement on the television.
Yeah,
Sure.
the vendors they'll be able to have like a little commercial that
Very cool.
they'll be able to flash up in a slideshow
No,
kind of
dude,
display.
I'm excited. I can't wait to hear more. So as more stuff comes out, you're coming back on the show and letting us know these things, right?
Yeah, actually, there's a couple things. Talking with JT here in the American Legion, I found out that there's the replica Transformer trucks in North Carolina. So
You mean like full scale, like actual?
oh yeah,
actual
like they're
vehicles.
driving the Camaro, the
Do they
Iron-
actually transform?
I wish.
That could be awesome.
My kid would be over the moon, but the Optimus Prime and the Ironhide GMC truck, like all the trucks. So I'm thinking of doing an event and bringing in the voice actor Peter Cullen from Transformers of
Yes.
Optimus Prime and come out there, do a small event.
I was we're in my RV, right? We were traveling the RV around the country, and we stopped at a place in Iowa, the Iowa 88, biggest truck stop in the world, whatever.
Right.
And they have a big chrome shop in there, right? And in that chrome shop, there was Optimus Prime. I bet you it's the same truck, dude.
It probably
It
is.
was so cool.
He travels
man.
all over the place.
That was wicked, dude.
and then
The great thing about Peter Cullen is he's a bridge between all the generations because
Yeah,
he's the
absolutely.
original voice, and
that
he's
me and
still
you were
the
listening
voice.
to back in the day,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
when I was just done shitting my diapers when the original Transformers came out, he was a voice actor, and he's a voice actor. We joked about you watching Transformers while I was overseas doing
Yeah.
real things.
and he's so humble. Like
Yeah.
he's just everything that I've seen him in, he seems like he's just a very humble guy, and those are the only people that I'll really associate with. There was somebody recently that I was just starting to get to know, and I was looking to have an event with him and Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, WWE superstar.
Yeah.
He just passed away, and I'm thinking of doing an event that will raise money for his fiance and kids, because he has a son that's as old as mine, and his oldest is 11 and his youngest is 3.
Oh, yeah.
And WWE they announced that they're having all merchandise sales go to the family, but I wanted to invite some wrestlers out and do an event to raise money for his family as
So
well.
you're doing all kinds of it. This is cool, man.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just like I'm gonna do this one thing, see how it goes. You do this. This is what you do. Yeah, man.
This is all geared to make Jacksonville a much more popular place to live, so I can make money as a realtor.
right. Hey, I'm also a realtor.
yeah, yeah.
Ben is my realtor at Facebook. Just throwing that out there. Right?
Yeah.
After your last show, you were here. He was sitting there. We all left after the show, and JT throws his card over to Larry and goes, "Hey man, if you need a realtor," I was like, "Oh, bro, for real."
Well, I give free crayons to all active duty military too when they buy a house
Yeah.
for me.
Come on, man. Golly. Look, guys, thanks for coming down.
Yeah, no
this is
problem.
awesome, and just showing, having my show bring us out, dude. That's awesome, guys. We're gonna put this thing everywhere. I'm excited for this. Do you guys have anything? What's the name of the website one more time?
LivingWatersExpo.com.
And the dates on that.
April 12th through the 14th, 2024.
Awesome. More stuff comes out. I want you guys back on the show. We want all
Absolutely.
the updates right up here.
No problem.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much.
All right.